Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Suplex Report. Get ready for all things WWE, news, match analysis, and more. Hit that bell so you never miss the action. The atmosphere inside the arena was electric, the anticipation nearly tangible. Fans held their breath as the AEW World Championship steel cage match was about to begin, pitting Hangman Adam Page against Samoa Joe in what was expected to be a brutal, unforgettable encounter. Both men knew the stakes were immense, championship glory on the line, but no one could predict just how intense and chaotic this night would become. From the moment the bell rang, the tension was palpable as each competitor carefully studied the other, circling like seasoned athletes sizing up the perfect opportunity to strike. Every glance, every step carried the weight of expectation, with fans ready to witness history in the making. Early domination and resilience. Samoa Joe wasted no time, immediately asserting himself with a display of strength and precision. He cornered Hangman, testing his limits, pushing him to respond under pressure. But Hangman refused to be intimidated. In a show of grit, he countered with clever maneuvers, forcing Joe to reckon with his resilience. The early minutes were a showcase of skill and strategy as both men traded control, neither willing to give an inch. The audience was on the edge of their seats as each attempt at dominance was met with a calculated response, signaling that this wasn't going to be an ordinary match. It was a battle of endurance and willpower. Turning the tables. As the contest continued, the intensity escalated. Hangman found opportunities to strike back, using both technique and ingenuity to gain the upper hand. Every move was met with a counter, every effort to score points was thwarted by the other's quick thinking. Joe's experience and power were evident, but Hangman's determination and heart kept him in the fight. The audience cheered at every close call, witnessing firsthand the athleticism and courage required to survive inside a steel cage. The match had transformed into more than just a title bout. It had become a story of perseverance, strategy, and sheer human determination. High-risk maneuvers. The match reached another level when both competitors took risks that left the crowd holding their collective breath. Hangman attempted a daring aerial move, only to be countered by Joe's defensive skill. Then, in a moment of pure adrenaline, Hangman turned Joe's own momentum against him, showcasing not just power but creativity in combat. These high-risk moments highlighted the athleticism and courage of both men, drawing cheers and gasps from the crowd alike. Every action told a story, each maneuver building toward a climax that felt inevitable but was impossible to predict. Chaos. Outside the cage. Just as it seemed the match might settle into a clear rhythm, the unexpected occurred. Outside, forces began to influence the bout, adding layers of unpredictability. The crowd's energy surged as familiar faces made their presence felt, altering the dynamics of the fight. The interference added tension and drama, creating a sense that anything could happen at any moment. This intrusion turned what was already an intense championship match into an unpredictable spectacle, keeping fans glued to their seats as they tried to process the unfolding drama. A moment of opportunity. With the match in full swing and the referee temporarily incapacitated, Hangman and Joe both found themselves navigating new challenges. Hangman, seizing a brief window, attempted a finishing move that could have ended the match. Joe, however, demonstrated his own mastery by countering in a moment that showcased experience and quick thinking. The audience was caught in a whirlwind of emotion, alternating between hope and suspense with every exchange. Each second felt like a lifetime as the two men battled not just each other, but the chaos surrounding them. The climactic twist. Just when fans thought the outcome might be decided, a dramatic twist turned the match on its head. A sudden act involving a championship belt added shock value, shifting the dynamics and sparking intense debate among viewers. The move itself was startling, leaving the crowd in stunned silence for a moment before erupting into speculation and discussion. The match, already a masterpiece of athleticism and tension, now carried the weight of controversy, leaving fans questioning what was planned and what was spontaneous. It was a turning point, not just in the match, but in the storyline itself. The decisive finish. After the chaos, Samoa Joe managed to regain control, executing a decisive maneuver that ultimately secured him the championship. The arena roared as the outcome was confirmed. Joe was now the AEW World Champion. But while the title changed hands, the feeling in the arena was mixed. It wasn't just a victory, it was a transformative moment for the storyline, reshaping relationships, alliances, and rivalries. Fans debated whether it was a clever strategy, an act of cunning, or an outright shock, but one thing was clear. This match had altered the landscape of AEW forever. Fallout and reactions. In the aftermath, questions immediately arose. How would Hangman Adam Page respond? What were the implications of outside involvement in a championship bout? Fans, commentators, and wrestlers alike speculated on the emerging dynamics and the potential ripple effects. Was this the start of a new faction's influence? Could Hangman rebound and reclaim his position at the top? The intrigue was as compelling as the action itself, and the storylines promised to evolve in fascinating ways as AEW explores the consequences of this night. Changing the landscape. This steel cage match was more than just a contest for a title. It represented a shift in the organization's narrative. The tension, the surprises, the athletic feats, and the strategic gambits all contributed to a moment that fans will remember for years. It wasn't only about who won or lost, it was about how the championship bout reshaped relationships, introduced new elements into the storyline, and heightened anticipation for future events. Every fan walked away with a story to tell, a debate to hold, and a memory of a night where unpredictability reigned supreme. Conclusion: a new era begins. As the dust settled and the arena emptied, one thing was undeniable. AEW had entered a new era. Samoa Joe's championship win, Hangman's resilience, and the dramatic twists that punctuated the night combined to create a moment that transcended a simple match. Fans left buzzing, analysts speculating, and wrestlers recalibrating their strategies. The steel cage didn't just decide a champion, it shifted the tone of the entire organization. With the stakes higher than ever, every fan knows that the next bell could bring yet another shock, another twist, and another unforgettable chapter in AEW history.